Okay, this is Ransom1690 back here with another video. And what y'all just heard was what it sounds like when you can't breathe and you have just excess amounts of mucus stuck in your nose. Because that's what I've been going through for all of last month and a good portion of this month. I had been sick and I don't know what it was. I tried to look up what I had. I thought I had a sinus infection because I had, I think, 4 out of the 12 symptoms of what they say a sinus infection is. And personally, my bro, he thinks I had coronavirus, which that's a possibility too, because I did have coronavirus before, and this was nearly as bad as when I had coronavirus the last time, except for when I had coronavirus, it was kind of the same thing. I couldn't breathe, but it was more of because, I don't know, just, I mean, I don't really know. Like, it's honestly kind of like the same. I think with the coronavirus, it was more of just, I think my chest was closed up, but I don't think I had the mucus problem and the snot problem that I had with this. With this, it seems to be more sinus related, like just the snot running out of my nose, because it's not just that my nostrils is closed up, it's all different types of terrible shit that my body's been doing that's just been causing me hell, like, just all this nasty ass shit running out of my nose, constant sneezing, and just this sensation that I really particularly couldn't stand is when my throat would start feeling all tickly, and it would feel like something like ooze or slime was running down it. And I looked up what that was, and I honestly wish I hadn't of, because it was real disgusting. But apparently what that is it's something called post-nasal drip, where it's fucking snot literally running down the arteries of your throat, which is where the fucking tickly sensation comes from. And that just grossed me the fuck out, and I regretted finding that out. But of course, the biggest thing is when my sinuses would just fully close up, and you would get what y'all heard at the beginning of the video, just a whole non-stop session of me gasping for fucking air. And when that would come on, it would last sometimes for 5 hours, or like sometimes even 8 hours. Like, I just would not be able to fucking breathe, and I would just and that's all I could fucking do to get air. And it feels like you're drowning in water. I mean, I don't know what it feels like to drown. Hopefully I don't ever have to find that out, but I think I kind of got an idea going through this, because it feels like you just can't get that next breath no matter what you fucking do. And each and every time I had to go through that, I felt like I just wanted to fucking die, because you're suffocating, and it's nothing you can fucking do about it. I've been taking medicine, I've been taking Dayquil, Benadryl, Flonase, Claritin, not Claritin, Mucinex, and this other one I don't know the name to right now. Just holding all types of cough drops in my mouth because I found that did help most of the times. It's just holding menthol cough drops in my mouth, which I guess because of the solution or just the things in it, it would keep my nostrils clear, and it would keep my throat from doing that whole shit where it would just become tickly and just real uncomfortable. But the side effect to that is I would start getting dizzy from doing that shit, because you're really not supposed to just hold cough drops in your mouth like that. Because I wasn't just doing one, I was doing like 3, 5, and 6 at a time, because I was just that desperate for some relief from this shit. But then I would start dealing with fucking headaches from the damn cough drops, and it's like, so there is that. So it's like you can't fucking win. No matter what you do, you can't fucking win. And I'm sure y'all can still kind of hear I'm still kind of going through this, but luckily it's not as bad as it was last month. Sometimes it still gets kind of to the point to where both of my nostrils will close up, but luckily it's not as bad. So hopefully this shit is going on and fucking off, because I'm sick of going through this shit. Like, this will be the second month I've been going through this stupid ass shit. And it actually did, quote unquote, clear up sometime last month before we had a snowstorm. And I thought that, okay, I'm done with this shit. I am through. And then it came back sometime at the beginning of this month, like particularly on the 6th, when I was actually trying to make a video about this the last time. And then I started feeling that tickly sensation in my throat again, and I'm like, oh fuck. And then later that night, surely enough, my nostrils closed up and I was going through hell again. So it's like it tricks you in a way. It makes you think that, oh, you're better now, and then it fucking would come back on me somehow. And it's been just so much. It's a mental torture to it too, because it would be days, well, not days, but it would be different times in the day where it would kind of stay clear, not all the way, but just kind of to where I could at least get that next breath to where I wasn't suffering. But then, like around, let's say 9 a.m. to 12 a.m. in the morning, from morning to, I guess, the evening. But then nearing like the afternoon, 5 p.m., 7 p.m., going into the night, from the afternoon going into the night, 5 p.m., 7 p.m., 9 p.m., that's when my nostrils would start closing up, and I would feel it coming on. And I was like, oh no, fuck, man. And so it's like, I would know exactly when the worst of it would hit. So I would be waiting in anticipation just for when things would get bad again. And so it's like, it's mental torment, because it's like, once it hits 5 p.m. that you gonna start being fucked up again, and you just wishing that that didn't happen, or that time didn't come, and you're just in fear of when you have to go through that shit again. Because when I say this was real bad, it was real bad. I'll say it again. I don't know what drowning feels like, but I would hazard a guess that it feels a lot like what the hell I was going through. I want y'all to just try holding y'all breath or just cover your nose, maybe with your finger or whatever, and try to stay like that for at least, I'm gonna say, maybe 2 to 3 minutes, if you can endure that long. And you will have a good idea of what the fuck I was going through, you know? And this shit caused me so much misery. It was so much agony going through this that I was at rock bottom, just mentally. I was at fucking rock bottom, y'all. And when I hit, it's not good when I hit rock bottom. I don't like hitting rock bottom because when I hit rock bottom, I start coping in really terrible ways. I practically start having mental breakdowns and I start doing stupid shit. So, because I wasn't only just miserable from this shit, but I was also angry because of what my fucking body was doing, and this is the reason why I just hate my fucking body. Not because of any low self-esteem, but because me personally, I view my body, this fucking meat sack, as an adversary. I hate being in this shit. I hate the fact that my existence is tied to this bullshit ass, disgusting thing that's able to do this kind of stuff and make you suffer like this. So it's like, it would be times where when I was going through this, I would just fucking wig out and I'd start doing stuff that I guess could be considered self-harm. I would punch myself in the fucking face and just all sorts of different shit, but just out of anger for this fucking thing, just, and my folks would hear and see me doing this, and they be like, "Oh, you gotta stop doing that, cause you harming yourself." And I don't care, man. This ain't who I just start saying stuff that, y'all on here could probably understand, but of course my folks, they're not like they believe differently about this reality, so they don't understand the things that I'm saying, and it's actually surprising I didn't wind up in a mental or behavioral hospital because I was at rock bottom, I'm not gonna lie. And during that time, not even my best copes works. Y'all know how I usually talk about how I like to do my art or read my manga, this and that. Man, not even that shit was working. This was that bad. Like, all I could focus on was the damn suffering itself. Damn near 24/7. Now, I would still try to draw and shit just because I was going insane just thinking and going through this. So I would try to still muster the strength with whatever breath I could get to just distract myself from this. But I'm gonna tell y'all, it barely worked. It was just, I don't know how else to describe it, y'all. And right now I'm kind of feeling this tickly bullshit again, and so I'm gonna have to get in here, take some fucking Mucinex, and I'm just sick of this shit, man. Like, this just really made me hate this fucking reality more than what I already do. Like, I am just on a different level of just being fed up with this shit And that's what this thing has done to me. Like, I particularly just have less tolerance for stuff now. I hate this fucking world itself. Like, it is, I told y'all before, it is to the point to where I've went past just being anti-natalist. Like, I think I'm fucking extinctionalist now. You know, I would not mind a fucking asteroid just hitting into this goddamn world and blowing it the fuck up. You know, that's what I've been starting to think about now. Just this world, it is so miserable just being down here. You know, that like, it just needs to fucking go. Like, I just wish I wasn't born into this shit. And I don't know, man, just going through this and some other stuff that I've been going through. And, you know, I just think, like, are we just here to suffer? Is that what we're fucking here for? Because this was not my intention going into the new year. And of course, I know I already said I didn't have a New Year's resolution, but I was thinking that, you know, I at least wanted to try to kind of enjoy myself a little bit more because, you know, last year, I have this real particular bad habit I've already told y'all. And this also happens when I hit rock bottom, but I tend to gravitate to more negative content. So instead of, you know, looking at stuff that inspires me, instead of looking at more art stuff or more manga stuff, I start getting more into true crime and more into all this real just dreary and depressing shit. And that also happens when I'm at rock bottom, and I reasoned that, okay, I was gonna kind of position away from that and more into what actually makes me not want to die, you know. But then it's like, as soon as New Year's began, oh, boom, time to get sick. I got fucking sick. You know, it's like my body just flicked me off. It's like it gave me the fucking finger. You know, it's like I got trolled. Like, now get sick, bitch. That's how it fucking feels like. And spending damn near 2 months going through that and just being miserable because you literally can't fucking breathe and just hitting rock bottom again. And I relapsed. Back into the true crime, back into the, you know, depressing stories of people who grew up in abusive homes and this and that. And recently, another thing that I got into that I also plan to talk about, which is the whole Epstein shit that's coming out, you know, with the Epstein files. And that's shit, the type of you know, that's what I start doing when I'm just at rock bottom. Like, I just start diving down an abyss of shit that just makes me hate this world even more and just confirms it, you know. And I try to not just do that all the time because like that in and of itself can become suffering when you're just hearing bad shit all the time, and it really affects your mood. But yeah, so I might just try to cope today. You know, I might just go out to fucking eat. I don't know how enjoyable that's gonna be, because another thing that has been happening while I was going through this is it's like my taste buds would just it would just kind of become non-existent. So it's like when I would try to eat, I couldn't taste anything. You know, I could feel the texture of the food, but I couldn't fucking taste anything. And that's because my sinuses was just so fucked up. And luckily it hasn't been like doing that this month. You know, I wish it would just fuck off entirely, but that's another thing I couldn't taste. So, and that is extremely depressing because I don't want people to take this the wrong way. Like, but eating is one of my copes. You know, I like to eat good food. That's why I go to the fucking restaurant. But I couldn't fucking even go to the restaurant because I couldn't taste. So, and that's, so now that's a different type of agony. You know, now let's say you go to fucking Cotton Patch Cafe, which I was at, with my family because I had to go to the store to pick up groceries anyway, and they wanted to go all, down to eat out, and and they was paying for it, so I just decided, you know what, man, let me just go on, get out this fucking house, because I'm already depressed sitting up in here going through this shit. So we went out to Cotton Patch Cafe and I ordered me a triple cheese bacon burger with some fries and a drink. I got me a Coca-Cola with strawberries in it. And man, shit looked good. I took a fucking bite. Well, first, I was going through the bullshit with my nostrils closing up. So couldn't fucking breathe, Then we got into the fucking restaurant, and when I got my food and tried to take a bite, I couldn't fucking taste anything, on top of having to constantly go outside to spit mucus out of my mouth. So that was really pissing me off. So I decided to just wrap the shit up in a to-go box and go sit out in the car and just wait for everyone else to finish. And that's the thing. This shit, like, it just disrupts your fucking life, man. Like, this shit was just disrupting everything I fucking enjoyed. And I just hated it, And see, when y'all hear me doing all of that snorting and shit, like, that's the fucking, mucus, me hacking up the fucking mucus, and that's going down my throat. Like, it's fucking insane, man. But yeah, that's what I've been going through. Man, this has just been hell. And if this is what the beginning of this year has been like, I don't even want to see the rest of what this year has to offer. One thing I did try to do, which was real stupid, is I tried to take multiple Benadryl. And I already knew I wasn't going to exit. I already knew it wasn't enough to make me exit. I just wanted to not be conscious for a little while. And I recommend y'all, if anyone is thinking about using pills to exit, I seriously recommend against it, because I'm going to tell y'all, it is a good chance that it's not going to work, and you're going to wake up experiencing more pain than what you did than if you took it. Because I took just 4 Benadryl. You're only supposed to take 2. I took 4 of them motherfuckers. And first off, the way that it makes you feel just from taking that much alone, it makes you feel like, I don't know, apprehensive. Like, it really screws up your body. And then when I woke up, I did eventually go to sleep. I can't say I had a particularly good sleep, because I don't know, I can't describe the feeling you get doing that. Like, when you take more than what you're supposed to take. But it's like my body felt almost apprehensive. That's the best word I can use. Like, I wanted to go to sleep, but it was something going on inside of me that made me feel unable to be still. I don't know how to put it. And when I finally dozed off and came to, meaning I woke up after a while, I had the worst fucking headache that did not go away for quite a while. And then something scary happened. My the vision in my left eye actually became blurry. And this was even if I was wearing glasses, right? Because I wear glasses because my sight's already kind of fucking bad. But not even the glasses would help. And I thought that I permanently fucked up my vision. And thankfully that wasn't the case. I am never doing that again. I don't recommend anyone to do the same because I've heard about people who actually did do this to try, not like what I was doing. I just wanted to just feel some relief from consciousness. I wasn't even trying to exit, but it was people who did do this to try to exit, and they just gulped a whole amount, and they described the exact same thing. They described waking up with a terrible headache, except for them, they're vomiting. They're describing having to vomit all this stuff out of their system because it's like just screwing them up real bad and just different types of stuff that you don't want to go through. So, man, this is just another case for euthanasia because I know that if I want to exit, well, doing that's not the way to go, And I don't know. I don't know, y'all. Oh. But, yeah. I think this concludes the video for today, and I think this is the most brutally honest that I've ever been about what I was going through. Man, this just sucks, y'all. It's been times where I just wonder, like, because a lot of times I walk around just fed up with this place and this entire existence, and I wonder, like, man, how come you can't just be happy? How come you can't just enjoy? And I know that's a really normie thing to think, but sometimes I think that, how come you can't just enjoy life? Just be happy. Why do you want to be depressed all the time? And the reason why is because this world it's just so much suffering in this fucking reality, man. It's like I have tried to be happy. I've tried to be content. But when you literally have fucking reality putting you through bullshit and showing you over and over that this is just not a nice place to be, this isn't a happy place to be, it's like, what more can you fucking do, And I've already told y'all about the other shit experiences I've had, like dealing with other people, dealing with family members and all of that, And it's like, it's no way to be aware of all this stuff and just be happy about it. It becomes impossible once you wake up from the matrix. And I think that's what I'm going through. And it just sucks, man. But yeah, hopefully everyone else is doing better than what I did. And I'll get back to y'all with another one real soon.